What is good, my quick crypto family and coin factory family? Back again, another stream, 21 days straight. Thank you very much for joining the stream once again. Already got some comments in here already, so you guys are very, very early. Thank you very much for joining this live stream today. We're going to be talking about a new announcement regarding the Krc-20 relaunch, and that is literally imminent. It is in the final stages, dare I say. So the relaunch could be very successful, and we could have finally, it might finally be time for us to be able to see Krc-20 being released, and Kaspa might then start seeing some positive price movement to follow from that. We also got a lot of very bullish major market sentiments I'm going to talk about in this video as well. What's happened already, what's incoming this week, and much more we're going to be talking about. So yeah, of course, if you enjoy these streams, I'll be doing these daily. Leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And yeah, I'm going to be doing these every single day for the foreseeable future, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, we've got the likes of Free Breaker already in here. Welcome to the stream. Kaspa meme season should make Tron look like child's play. That says Sundog is a great meme on Tron. I have not heard of Sundog. I am not delved with the Tron community, but I will admit that I do personally believe that the Krc-20 is going to be very, very popular and allow the likes of Kaspa and the platform to take over markets like Trons and Solanas and whatnot. It will allow it to actually compete and take over those two platforms especially, and potentially likes of Ethereum as well, when smart contracts come out. And the meme tokens that will be coming onto Kaspa, the likes of Nacho, which is Shy's cat, and also like the Kaspa that goes to Kaspa, those two are the ones that I know most of right now. And the meme tokens are a great way to bring initial liquidity and initial adoption to the blockchain very early. We also know meme tokens are very, very volatile assets, and they have a lot of attention to them. So Kaspa are doing the right thing, but when they're launching their Kasplex, their Krc-20, the first thing they're launching on the project, before anything else, before the stablecoins and before, the projects that KRI are going to help them with as well, they're launching meme token to bring the adoption to Kaspa. So they're doing the right thing, and it's only going to build more and more from then to become a dominant platform, which will take a lot of liquidity in the space. Right now, we can see Kaspa at 15.8 cents. So it's currently in a bit of a downtrend right now, which has been the common theme for the past 2 weeks or so, if not even longer. Currently, it's down 1.64%, and ultimately, I am not worried. The reason why it's down, I believe, is because, my reason for why is there's not enough liquidity in the market, but also it's because, again, because Kaspa is so undervalued, the miners aren't making any money. And therefore, the tokens they're mining, for them to actually be able to make some form of money back, they're probably selling their Kaspa in order to actually, have some money to what they're doing, what they're building. I mean, obviously, right now, though, I don't think it's too much of a cause concern, because we can see right now, again, the wallet addresses, they're building more and more. We now got 410,000 addresses that are holding Kaspa. So again, it's still building more and more. The price going down is not a cause of concern, because the adoption is still growing, and with that, we're going to see the hash rate rise more and more as well. Its peak on the daily right now, its peak is around here at 873.67. We saw it peak yesterday at 891. So as it stands right now, if there being 9-10 days left of this month, I would not be surprised to see a 1 EH or 1000 PH by the end of this month, which would be very, very big at the imminent release of Krc-20, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But as Thomas Keith, I hope I pronounced your name right, as Thomas states, meme coins on Kaspa, Krc-20, is there a way to mint from iPhone like Nacho? I'm sure there is. I'm pretty sure I've seen some announcements saying you can mint from iPhones and phones in general. And yeah, it would be interesting to see, maybe getting a small bag of these meme tokens really, really early on, because, I mean, whether they do successful or not, I can't say for sure. Meme tokens are very, very volatile, very risky, of course, which is why currently as it stands, I have not got involved with meme tokens. So not to say I won't, I probably will in the future to make more money, but as it stands right now, I've not got into them. But initial launching meme tokens on Kaspa's, platform of all, Kasplex of all platforms in the space is, proof of work meme tokens. It's going to be very, very big, I'm sure. So I'm very excited to see what the meme tokens come through, and the adoption that will come with Kaspa, and the growth of the blockchain, BlockDAG platform as well. God bless Kaspa community, and thank you for all the great updates, Quick Crypto. Thank you very much, my friend. And yeah, again, thank you for being here. It's not just, I'm helping bring in the news, right? But again, I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for people like you. The community here is very, very strong, and we all have a lot of great, knowledge that we can build off of ourselves, and we're learning so much already. So thank you for, the kind words. And again, if you enjoy these streams and the constant updates, then feel free to leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And equally, if you want to learn more, which, Thomas just mentioned is here, if you want to learn more, then I'm just showing on the screen right now. I'll put it in the chat as well just now. It's in my homepage, in my description. I've got a free Discord server right now. We're at 230 members. I launched it 2 weeks ago. We're getting about 10 members a day. and it's growing very, very rapidly. We are learning so much already. There's so much knowledge to learn in this market, not just with crypto and not just with Kaspa, with crypto in general and market sentiments. We're going to cover again in this video other catalysts that can do massive things for crypto regarding politics as well, which politics, I don't think everyone really likes politics. I find it quite tiresome at times, but they're important to note because they can have direct effects on the market. But we're going to be covering that as well, and the sort of stuff I talk about community as well, putting in updates and whatnot. So yeah, if you want to join the community, feel free to join. It's free to join, and good day, future crypto millionaires. Again, Beebs, you're a legend joining the stream. And my man Leroy from Australia, 11:30 p.m. over there, by the way, midnight almost, in these streams pretty much every single day. And we're all learning so much. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the bulk of this live. So first things first, kns.cas. Big news from Kasplex. Check out the latest token stats and get ready for a fresh new UI. Krc-20 Relaunch is on the way. Stay tuned. We can see from Kasplex themselves, they tweeted this about 6 hours ago, I think, 4, 5, 6 hours ago. So these are the latest updates. You can now view testnet 10 and mainnet token status on Kasplex.org. New UI update for the website coming soon. Plus, we've made some adjustments to the Kasplex API. Dive into details on the docs, kas.org, so we can look at that as well. But ultimately, the message that I want to cover here is Krc-20 is still in testing and will be relaunched after the RBF and fee estimation APIs are released and integrated with the wallet. And I'm pretty sure we received word from Michael Sutton that both the RBF and fee estimation APIs have been done, or they're close to being done, but I think they have been done already. So in that regard, all we're waiting for then is just for them to release and integrate it with the wallets, but they've been done already. So it's literally, it could be days now, if not maybe a week or two. But again, it coincides with what we have been saying for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, that the relaunch of Krc-20 and Kasplex and the Kaspa platform should happen before the end of this month, if not early September. And with that, should the launch be successful, which they're taking so much time, the core devs are getting involved as well now, as opposed to previously, they're getting involved. So we have a lot of, the best minds in this space now getting involved working on the Krc-20. So this relaunch should be successful. And if it is, that's the start of something big, something new, with, a Kaspa blockchain, Krc-20, the KRI who will be involved in creating projects as well, will be very, very big. And also to mention as well that the likes of, as I mentioned in my previous streams, I mentioned this from the Kaspa roundtable that had the KRI in it. It was mentioned from, I think his name was Christian. He mentioned from the mining side of things that the miners can because obviously right now, as I mentioned, the miners are not making profit on Kaspa right now, which sucks. It does. I do feel for them. But that's going to change soon, I'm sure of that. Not just for the fact that we'll see a price reversal soon, I hope, but also because the Krc-20 will give the miners an alternative way to make money by mining the Krc-20 token blocks, which means they can make money from mining Kaspa blocks and then Krc-20 token blocks as well. So again, it's just, that also is a good thing, because it means that when the, all the blocks for Kaspa are finally mined in like 2039, I believe it is, they can just go onto the Kaspa blockchain and mine the Krc-20 blocks, which will be continuously there forever. So that's very, very big, and there's more to come for Krc-20, I'm sure, but we can see from the picture right now, most of them have been completely, you've got Fast and KUSD completely done. So that's probably, that's a Kaspa stablecoin, I'm guessing. That's Kaspa stablecoin of some sort. But we'll have to wait and see regards to that anyways. But again, a lot of 100%, 99.9 in time, in gold. So a lot of these are very, very close. So it won't be long until, everything's done and we can, see the release of Krc-20 and a lot incoming. So yeah, very, very bullish all indeed. And not to mention again that Kaspa adoption only continues to grow more and more. There's now iSafe Power, another cold storage to store your Kaspa safely. You've got we can actually have a look at this. I'm not sure how up to date it is. I'm sure they keep it quite up to date, but you've got kaspa.org, which is effectively completed now. There's just making tweaks here and there, but we can see the it shows everything about Kaspa from it's a very, very good. In fact, I'll put it in the chat for anyone who wants to look at it. Kaspa.org. It is a very, very informative website on Kaspa. Everything they have, from exchange listings to wallets to explorers, everything like that, and we can see all the wallets and cold storage that hold Kaspa, social tokens, everything like that, mining, and like it's so much coming from it. And again, now we've got another cold storage that's going to be added to it as well. So that's very, very big. So that's, again, the more Kaspa adoption grows, the more bullish I get on this project. And the price of Kaspa for me is not a thing that I'm concerned about. I understand that a lot of people are relatively worried in regard to the fact that since November of last year, it was at 15 point 15.5 cents, and now it's at 15.8. So it's been in the span of almost a year, 9 months, we've seen little to no price action. I had a bigger conversation, let's say, about that in my Discord server yesterday, and I understand the cause for concern from that, but at the same time, it's the reason for that is because there's just not been a lot of volatility and liquidity in this market right now. For the most part, institutions are now involved, and they want to get as much cheap, crypto as possible. So the market's just not had that price movement. And if you look at a similar time frame from November, Bitcoin has gone up from 34 up to here. So in that regard, Bitcoin has rised much higher. But at the same time, it's just because Kaspa is still a very, very new project, and it has done amazing things already. Again, is you need to have faith in Kaspa. You simply just look at the all-time chart and understand that this all-time chart, this is from the launch of the peak of the last bull cycle. So when the bull cycle had just finished and they started the correction, that's when Kaspa launched itself. And since then, it's just gone up. So yes, in the past 9 months or so, we've seen little to no price action, and that can be worrying. But ultimately, you've got to understand that this is, again, new tokens when they're first launched. The first bull market they're ever a part of is the most volatile they normally ever are. And Kaspa's in this unique position where it's, got quite a healthy volume, a good market cap, it's number 22, its price is very, very undervalued, and it's got no top tier exchanges just yet. And we're getting Kraken very, very soon. Binance will probably follow soon afterwards. You've got OKX, which is part of the KEF, Coinbase, who initially funded Kaspa's research, $8 million into DAG Labs, and also they have connections to BlackRock and Marathon Digital Holdings, who are mining Kaspa now. So there are a lot of top tier exchanges that have connections to Kaspa. So I don't think the whole conversation from the Discord yesterday was not fudding Kaspa. It was just a core of concern thinking, why is Kaspa not pumping? It's seemingly undervalued, and I get that. But ultimately, it's conversations that are worth having, of course. But you need to understand that it's not a problem. It can be worrying, but it's not a problem because we're in a position right now where we're leading up to what's going to be a colossal explosion in the bull cycle. We now, again, it's from what Kaspa Guru says here is a perfect summary of what I'm trying to say here. Everyone asks for Kaspa predictions in this cycle. And truth be told, no one has an idea of what's going to be coming because there are so many factors that could affect this crypto bull run that are still unknown. The biggest wildcard is institutional adoption. We can see how much they're affecting the market already. Every time the retail sells, they buy up more, but the price is staying the same. They're trying to shake us all out of our bags. We don't know what's going to happen. And Kaspa especially, they have so much incoming. It's hard to predict where the factor of Kaspa is going to be. You've got Krc-20 launch imminent. 10 BPS going to happen in Q1 of 2025. Tier 1 listings. You've got potential smart contracts happening for the end of the bull run. You've got potential DAG night, which would be huge as well. You've got Ethereum roll-ups. You've got all the projects that KII getting involved in. The list goes on. And then, of course, the institutional adoption with crypto, which could be a massive, massive factor. So it's hard to tell. It's really hard to predict where Kaspa's going to go. But because there's so much incoming, it's just it gives me peace of mind of where this project's going. And especially, like I said, like the Crescendo fork will bring Kaspa to 10 BPS, leaving other proof of work coins to quickly become relics of the past. Bitcoin is amazing for what it is. It will probably be a long-lasting store of value. But 10 BPS will make Kaspa 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin, which is, that's not a small number. That's not a small number at all. So that will, allow Kaspa to get that level above other proof of work projects, and even a step above Bitcoin even further, to allow it to become the most dominant project in this space. And with the 10 BPS, with the Krc-20, with the imminent stablecoin releases, which we're going to speak about again in this live stream about how important stablecoins are. Institutions want stablecoins and how crucial they are in this space. I spoke about it again previously. Harvard Business Review and JP Morgan both state that stablecoins are regulated stablecoins can gain significant market share, and also stablecoins have the potential to revise the monetary system. It's word for word I'm stating this. Harvard stated stablecoins have the potential to revise the monetary system and displace legacy systems like SWIFT. That is huge news, and Kaspa with the new platform are going to be able to steal up a lot of that liquidity from stablecoins because it's a platform, it's Casplex, it's blockchain, BlockDAG, it's the only one that will be trilemma solver. And a lot of these institutions I'm talking about, not just crypto platforms, institutions will want the decentralized nature. As much as all the other stablecoin projects are good, or other blockchain protocols have use case and therefore they're good for that, like XRPs is good for institutions because it's got low transaction fees and it's very, very fast, so it's scalable. But a lot of these institutions want the decentralized nature, as the KRI again stated in their roundtable. They want Kaspa's decentralization because Kaspa Kaspa's the only token in this space for them that can solve DLT solutions at scale because they're scalable. And they want the decentralized nature of Kaspa so they can protect their industry, their project, their investors from bad actors and government oversight. No other crypto in this space can do that. Bitcoin can, but it's not scalable, so it can't. Kaspa's the only one in this space right now that can do that. It's not even. I don't think there's another project even close to Kaspa right now. So that is why, again, when the Krc-20 Kaspa blockchain blockdag platform comes out, with the release of their own stablecoin and stablecoins jumping onto Kaspa, Kaspa's going to explode in adoption and liquidity. The KII are going to make sure that Kaspa and the stablecoin are compliant with regulations from day one, the moment they can. So again, it's just going to allow them to achieve a significant market share and allow them to potentially replace the SWIFT system or be one of the cryptos that will. Because I don't think it'll just be one, not like the dollar's the world reserve currency right now. I don't think it'll be just one that becomes the next world reserve currency. It'll be loads of different tokens, and I think Kaspa's going to be one of them. Kaspa's success is predetermined. Fair launch, organic growth, crushing hash rate growth, Krc-20, stablecoins, KRI, marathon, aka BlackRock mining. It's obvious, exactly as Free Baker says. It is very obvious where Kaspa's going, and that is why, you can listen to by all means, I'm not telling you not to listen to the FUD. It's always good to, be logical, right? Don't be emotional, be logical, and just analyze all avenues of what's happening in the space. But you've got to also look at the bigger picture as well and understand where this project's going for. You've got to understand what it is you're trying to invest into. And when you look at everything that's coming for Kaspa and everything that's happened for Kaspa already, you'll realize that this project's growth is it's so good. It's so good. I'm about to tell my XEC for more Kas, I think. 15.8 cents is definitely a steal. And I think real-world utility tokens like XDC, alongside XLM and XRP, all have good use case, and I think they will have quite a good bull cycle, this one, because now institutions are getting involved. A lot of these announcements, I'm going to start showing some of them, a lot of them are supporting real-world utility tokens that are like the XRP and XLM. And a lot of these developments happening now to 2025 as well, so we'll see a big cycle for them, I'm sure, but at the same time, Kaspa, I think, is just one of those projects, again, that will gain significant market share. So we can see from this post from Smoke here, this is what's happened so far. So the Democrat leader is aiming to pass crypto legislation by the end of this year, right? Leader Chuck Schumer has said that. So again, regulations are going to come for the end of this year. JP Morgan, I spoke about this again, previous video, previous live stream, their stablecoin, they predict the stablecoin bill, we can see it even here, the stablecoin bill may pass before the election, so November. That's not far off now. We're in August right now. It's September, October, November. It's not even 3 months because we're at the end of August already. And the election's at early November, like 2nd November, I believe. So that's going to happen very, very soon, potentially. The Russian International Crypto Transaction plus CBDC starting end of 2024. Again, everything I'm about to tell you right now is all happening as we speak, or has already happened, but all happening before the end of this year. That's the predictions happening right now. Got UK stablecoin legislation end of this year. Again, all the laws and the regulations and the stablecoins and the policies, all of it are coming out this year. Which is why with Kaspa is, I said this, and I said in my previous stream, I think Kaspa's a little bit late because projects like Ripple, XRP, for example, they've been doing this for years and years and years and years and years. They have everything prepared already. And they're releasing some stuff now, of course, developing more, but they have all the partnerships, everything already. Kaspa only started at the peak of the last bull cycle. They've had, 3 years to get to a stage where they can start competing with other projects. They have the protocols, of course, but they need the adoption. Kaspa doesn't have the adoption just yet, but it's building more and more. And no, the fact they're going to be releasing their stablecoin, thanks to the help of the KII as well, to be compliant with regulation from the get-go, and the KII, the Krc-20 Kaspa platform, is going to be releasing in the next week or two. It's gonna get that goal just in time. Fair market value of crypto to be revealed end of this year. This post here, end of this year. Now crypto assets can be measured at their fair market value on end of 2024 because it's going to be institutional adoption involved. Look, the Financial Accounting Standard Board voted to approve new accounting standards for companies holding crypto assets. So now, the value of crypto, which has always been very volatile and unknown, will finally have a fair market value because institutions are now going to actually get involved. So there'll be more stability. It'll still be volatile, of course. It's a very, very niche, very small niche asset market, but it's going to be a lot more stable. And assets that have regulations will stand the test of time. The ones that don't pass regulations, which is why I'm slightly worried about the likes of USDT, Tether, because they don't want regulation compliance at all. And I don't even think Ethereum, it's like the MiCA regulations in Europe. They have, like, again, MiCA regulations full implemented by the end of 2024 again. So that's all happening by the end of this year. These regulations have stated that Tether does not fall under the compliance, and neither does Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum is a unique case because they are so big that they've kind of said they don't need to. And because the whole thing in America where they're like, oh yeah, because, they're Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're compliant with regulations, although there's been a lot of spaff about that. And I think Bitcoin will be fine because it's Bitcoin, but I think Ethereum won't. In due time, I think Ethereum's going to have a problem if they're not compliant with regulations, unless something changes. And we'll have to see if something changes, of course. But ultimately, we know right now that the KRI are going to make sure that Kaspa is compliant with regulations from the get-go, which is very, very important to know. So the bull cycle is gearing up. And so we've got to look forward to for this week. Today, the Fed meeting minutes. So we're having a Fed meeting today, mostly talking about what's incoming for us, which is the S&P Global Service PMI data, which showcases the standing of the economy effectively, and whether it's going to be good or bad, and where it's going to go for the imminent weeks or months to come. July exiting home sales data, July new home sale data. The Fed Chair Powell speaks on Friday, and a total of 4 Fed speakers event this week. The S&P 500 is now just 2% away from a new all-time high. Again, we're in a particular moment right now where we're at a very low point in the economy, in the crypto economy especially. But at the same time, because we're at such a low point, a lot of developments are happening before us where they're discussing the method or the strategy of what they're going to do to try and solve this. And I think they're keeping it low. I mean, it's a bit speculative, but I think they're keeping it low on purpose so they can allow the big boys like BlackRock and JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley to scoop up more of these cheap assets before they initially issue their new rulemakings and say, yep, okay, we're now going to change these policies, and the market's going to crash a little bit and then start stabilizing and then start booming with liquidity and adoption. And the elections are going to be a very, very crucial time. A very crucial time. We can see in this post, right? Kamala Harris. Now, I stated before, I'm not pro, Harris. I'm not pro Trump. I'm just pro crypto. This is not a me talking like who I prefer. Like, I've got nothing on any of them. I just want crypto to do well. And we can see here, the Harris administration has stated that they're basically throwing Bitcoin gains in the garbage with a proposed 44.6 capital gain tax. Now, for those who are unaware of what this means, because it is a bit, it can be a bit confusing, I understand that. Basically, the impact of effectively a 45% capital gain tax is quite significant on crypto and Bitcoin, because this will reduce investment appeal, right? It will reduce investment appeal. It will give a higher tax rate, may discourage potential investors from entering the crypto market as the potential returns are going to be reduced. The market volatility will also change. A higher tax rate can introduce more uncertainty into the market as investors, they may react differently to price movements, and this could lead to increased volatility. So, we could see even more volatile crypto should Harris, go into office and this passes. Now, the chance of this passing, full disclosure, the chance of this passing is very, very low, because this is not just this also will directly affect the big institutions. So she might go into, if Harris gets elected and she gets into office, she's going to try and pass this law in front of Congress, who right now, the big boys, they won't want this. They will not want this at all. This might help out the little people, but the big people won't want this at all. So it'd be hard for them to pass this. And all this would do, if they do pass it, it might help the little people, but it'll make, the retail market especially think, it'll just make it harder to invest. There'll be crypto will struggle, will become less attractive to other investment options like stocks and bonds. So it's effectively another ploy to save the dollar, save the fiat currency, and abandon crypto. Because by them doing this, it will make stocks and bonds more attractive as opposed to crypto, which is like, because the tax burden will be significantly higher for crypto. There'll be obviously regulatory impact as well. They're adding complexity and calculating the reporting, and reporting capital gains tax can increase compliance costs for individual and businesses, and there's a long-term impact as well. The long-term impact of the higher tax rate may discourage innovation and adoption of crypto. as it can make it less profitable for developers and businesses to invest in this space. So if it's effectively, again, in my opinion, it's just a way of just trying to it's just trying to, again, save the economy for an economy that's already struggling and already shifting towards, crypto and blockchain. And I mean, you've got to remember as well that it is the Biden administration for the longest time has been very anti-crypto. Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, has been fighting a fight against crypto and Ripple and XRP in particular for 3 long years, if not longer. They struggled time and time again to introduce the SAB 121 bill, the FIT 21 bill, because Joe Biden was vetoing them and didn't want them. Not to mention as well, Kamala Harris wants to promote Gary Gensler from chairman of the SEC to the US Treasury Secretary, which would make his influence even more disastrous. So she's not pro-crypto, despite what she seems to be saying. I don't think she is pro-crypto. I think she's against it, which is why, again, I'm not against her because of anything else. I just want pro-crypto. And if she's against crypto, I don't want her, personally. That's just me personally. And then you've got the likes of Trump right now, where the rumors are Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will likely get a Bitcoin and crypto-related role in Trump's cabinet. So right now, seemingly the two most pro-crypto candidates, being Trump and RFK Jr., might team up. Now, RFK is unlikely to win because he's not got the adoption. He's not got the popularity as Trump would have. But if they combine together, that could arguably be good for crypto. Again, we have to wait and see, because they might just be making false promises. We really don't know. I think it's unlikely, but we don't know. A lot of these politicians might just be making false promises. But that would be quite big. And again, what Kamala Harris is trying to do, I don't think it's good at all, because we can see institutions if she gets an office and she passes this, and institutions making less money and crypto, become less desirable. Look what institutions are doing right now. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF now has the 3rd largest year-to-date flows among the global ETFs. Wall Street are heavily involved in ETFs in crypto. So this might be good for this is like, in my opinion, a strategy from Kamala Harris to try and get the favor of the public, right? Because the public, this will help the smaller people a little bit. It'll mainly hit the larger investor, but it'll help small people a little bit. But it's going to hit institutions hard, and crypto investors hard, and investors in general hard. So and that's not what institutions want. So I'll be surprised if that actually goes through. Is it right that we have to wait about 6 months for Krc-20, the narrative for September 24? No, we have to wait roughly 6 months for 10 blocks per second. Right now it's August, September, October, November, January, February, March, April. So yeah, it's about 6-7 months for 10 blocks per second. I showed this yesterday in my live stream that 2 years of hard work, and then now I've announced the crescendo, which is the roadmap for it. And in the article, which again, more welcome to check out, you can see it's literally, I retweeted it on my Twitter page. My Twitter handle's right here, or X handle, I guess now. You can check it out for yourself. But in this post right here, they have the link for it on the report that Microsoft made, and it basically just explained how long these processes take. Effectively, they've done the hard work of the soft fork to get the Rust implemented, and now it's a case of and they've done that next hard part of making sure all the coding works, and now it's just a case of fine tuning again and again and again to make sure there's no problems whatsoever. So they've done the hard part, it's just fine tuning and taking their time to give everyone time to migrate themselves in this hard fork. The exchanges, the miners, the final miners who are still on Go, as you can see, there's still a few of them right now. I mean, it fluctuates every single day, but right now there's 3.5% of miners are still using Go. But that will change soon in the 6-7 months when Rust is migrated. 10 BPS hard fork is migrated. I apologize. But no, Krc-20, at least to what I understand, there should be a public test coming soon, I'd imagine, and it should be fully released. As I've heard announcements from it, should be fully released by the end of this month, if not early September. And then we'll be able to use it, and provided it's all well and good, there's no more problems with it, which hopefully there won't be. We'll see a massive surge in adoption for the Kaspa blockchain, and that could also, thanks to the meme tokens as well, and the KRI getting stablecoins involved and everything else, that could also likely see a lot of liquidity and adoption coming to the Kaspa blockchain, and that could potentially spark a reversal in price for Kaspa. Obviously, right now down 1.5% at 15.85 cents. I do think there's a potential we go lower, and I hope we do. I hope we do, because when the Fed rate cuts come in the next, I mean, I see it again. They're having talks about it, talking about what's going to be coming in the next rate cut. Because apparently, I saw it again yesterday. The new, no, not that one. The Fed Reserve is to cut rates 3 times by a total of 0.75% this year, according to Reuters. Every other country, when they did it last month, was 0.5. So it's a bigger rate cut, and they're doing it a month later. So this could have disastrous effect. They won't do it all at once, of course, I don't imagine, but they'll do it in increments. As again, 3 times by a total of 0.75. So we could see some corrections coming in the market. I hope Kaspa go lower. People will get, people will start fighting it more and more, and I'll laugh more and more, because I'm like, if Kaspa go lower, great, I'm going to make more money. Because I know Kaspa's going to reverse in due time with Krc-20, with Kraken listing, with 10 BPS on the, in its final stages now, with a few months to go. With everything else they're building, stablecoin regulations and everything getting involved, the elections coming in, I know where crypto's going to go. And again, there's more to show in this live stream as to why Bitcoin's not dying, Kaspa's not dying, and why we're going to see a reversal soon. And it's what's going to be all what's happening right now is just, it happens every cycle. I know some of you people are new in the space, and I get that. I got into this space in the last cycle, as it was leading up to it. So I've been in the space for so long that I've been researching time and time again to understand what's happening in the space. And again, I spread my knowledge where I can in my free Discord server, which again I'm going to link just for anyone who's interested in joining. Just trying to build our knowledge, build our wealth, so we can understand the markets better. And yeah, what's happening right now is worrying for new investors, I'm sure, and even some older investors are a little bit, spreading a little bit of FUD, but ultimately it's not a cause for concern, because everything right now is happening for a reason, and it's historic, it happens every single time. Kappa to the moon, damn straight, Leo. I'm very excited about 10 BPS, my mind is blown, and 100 BPS, and yeah, I mean, 100 BPS is a pipe dream. Well, I guess a pipe dream, but 100 BPS is definitely possible. And at least that's the goal of Jonathan Polinsky and Michael Sutton. And if that happens, that will make Kaspa 60,000 times faster than Bitcoin. 100 BPS would make Kaspa the most dominant project in the space. It's not even a question. 10 BPS already does that in my opinion, but 100 BPS would be like night and day. No project can contest with that. I think Kaspa would become the most dominant project, and every institution will probably just jump to Kaspa. I would not be surprised. Going through a damn load of questions now. I apologise. Can everyone sell their Kaspa so I can buy more? I mean, if only. Can Kaspa surprise us in the bull run reaching $10? It's possible. I'll quickly it's possible, but I'll explain as to why it's unlikely. Because in my opinion, that will require a lot of factors that most probably won't happen in the cycle. The wild card, the reason why it's possible is the wild card factor of institutional adoption could send Bitcoin and crypto higher than expected to potentially a $10 trillion market cap. So that potentially we could see a $10 Kaspa for that regard as well. So it's crazy. But at the same time, you got to keep in mind, you got Krc-20 coming out good, 10 PPS coming out good. You got tier ones, which we know they're coming. And we also heard in another Kaspa X live space that Kaspa have been talking with the 6 top exchanges, in regards to listing. Of course, they're not paying them because Kaspa don't do that. They're fair launch proof of work, no pre-allocations. But the institutions seemingly know of Kaspa, and they're just, I guess, waiting or buying their time, whatever they're doing. But we know Kraken's coming. They've secured a spot listing. We know Binance are very interested because they got a futures and a zero fees mining pool. We know Coinbase is involved in one way or another. We know OKX is involved in one or another. So we know these exchanges are coming. We know they're coming, but we don't know how many they're going to be and when they're going to launch in the bull cycle. So that could also affect whether Kaspa reaches $10 or not. And then you've got smart contracts, which I think smart contract is going to be the biggest factor to allow Kaspa to reach as high as $10. Because smart contracts will directly allow Kaspa will be a dominant, platform already, an on-chain platform already, like being very, very good. But without smart contracts, it can't properly compete with Ethereum. Like it'll be the best. It'll be right up after Ethereum. But once it gets smart contracts, then Kaspa can compete and surpass Ethereum, in my opinion. So I think there's a lot to take into account. And again, what the KRI are doing for Kaspa as well in the energy sector, that could allow Kaspa to surge or not. We have to wait and see. But ultimately, will Kaspa reach $10? Yes. Not this cycle. Who knows? It's a possibility, but I think it's quite unlikely. I think $3 conservative, 5 likely, 7 to me is like good, and I think 7 is more possible. 10 is like insanely bullish. We need to get everything possible, even Dagnite probably as well. Massive Mimo, stupid question. I'm telling you now, my friend, there are no stupid questions, so don't worry about it. But since I'm all in on Kaspa, I'm a bit worried. Do you see any danger in the bull market that won't happen next year? Do you see any danger that the bull market won't happen next year? Okay. Chances are, of there being no bull cycle is very minimal. Now, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, because I'm not God, I'm not a genie, I'm not the Messiah, I don't know all and everything. But the bull cycles happen, every 4 years is a reoccurring thing. It happens all the time. And yes, we've got institutional adoption in here for the first time, which is a new factor that might affect the size and the bullish momentum of the bull cycle. But because they're buying so much, again, the institutions are going to want to make money. And they are collapsing the fiat currency and introducing blockchain technology. So they're introducing blockchain technology into the backbones of the monetary system, a new monetary system. They're introducing blockchain. They want crypto. They're buying a crap ton of it. So inevitably, we will see a reversal, I am sure. I mean, look at here. It's been 119 days since the 2024 Bitcoin halving. In the last two cycles, Bitcoin hit a market top around 530 days post-halving. If it repeats itself, we are still in the early stages of the cycle. Right? Historically proven, every single time, the halving happens, we wait, and then we see a push after that. So right now, I believe what we're in is just a bear trap. It's simply just a bear trap. They're trying to shake you out your bags, get you nervous. Obviously, if you're all in and you've got no savings whatsoever, I would not advise that at all. You should always, if you're investing, you should always invest with reserve assets, money that you can lose, right? You shouldn't go all in. You should invest in money that you can lose. But at the same time in saying that, I do personally believe that the bull market is going to happen. I'm very, very confident on that, and it should be the biggest bull market in history because there's so much institutional adoption coming in. I mean, even here, Bitcoin Magazine posts that Ledum secures industry first 500 million Bitcoin-backed syndicate loan from Syngum, or whatever the hell. Basically, this loan reflects the ongoing maturation of the Bitcoin industry and its shift towards having fully regulated institutional-grade financial services. Effectively, what we're waiting for right now mainly is just the regulations. We didn't, we're seeing such a shift happening right now. That's what we're waiting for. That's what institutions want. That's what seemingly the market wants as well. This market's maturing, and it's just taking its time. It's trying to, make you sweat a little bit. But I wouldn't be too worried about it, Massimino. So that's me personally, though. But again, you've got to do your own research to make sure you're investing responsibly. Definitely. A friend of mine rejected by Kaplan 2229 is crying. Yeah. Aren't we all? I made a little mishap when I was first getting it. I looked at Kaspa when I saw this pump up here. Kappa reached $3. I was like, do I want to get into Kaspa? Not sure. I'm not sure. And then I saw it come down. I was like, maybe it's just a pump and dump. Maybe not the right word, but I was like, okay, maybe I don't believe in Kaspa. Point being is, I'm choosing my bad words here. Point being is, I saw this pump, it come down. I'm like, okay. I didn't know about Kaspa then and what it was doing. But then when I saw it start pumping up again, I was like, okay, I'll do my research again because it was recovering. And I researched it and I found what Jonas Belinsky and Michael Cern and Aviv Zohar, which is Sampliski's mentor, and Shai, or what they have done already in this space, how they've been quoted in numerous academic papers, and the technology they've created are used as the backbone of the big crypto protocols already, like Ethereum and Cardano and Polygon, all these other chains. Most of these chains in this space, they run off an adaptation of what Kaspa's already made in the Ghost, in the Phantom, in the Spectre. So when I realised that, I was like, oh yeah, why am I not in this already? I got in at 5. So I've still got in very early. And every time I see a correction in Kaspa, I get happier because I'm like, okay, great, that's another opportunity for me to actually get cheap Kaspa and make up for what I lost and didn't get in earlier. So I'm hoping Kaspa comes down to 15.5, if not under that. I'll definitely buy a bag personally. If you need a motivation, look at the Kas versus Bitcoin chart versus XDC versus Bitcoin chart, and you thought XDC immediately. And there you go as well. I could show that for you all quickly, just because I'm so nice. So you can see Kas versus Bitcoin, all time. Bring up the price range, and just do it from its initial launch because it's just easier that way. Right now it's up 100% effectively. And then we'll do XDC versus Bitcoin. And we can see that from its initial launch, it's down about 12%. Now, I will state something, which is the projects aren't exactly the same because obviously Kaspa is a proof of work and it's fair launch and it's decentralized and all that other stuff. But ultimately as well, XDC is a real world utility token. And this is something that's really important for everyone to understand. These projects like XRP, XLM, HBAR, XDC, Quant, Hedera, these projects are real world utility tokens that right now the system has not been created yet. It's being created right now, and a lot of it's in its final stages of completion. Again, as I showed here, a lot of this stuff is going to be, created, legislations and all that stuff. CBDC is coming end of this year, and some of it in next year as well. But ultimately, right now, these real-world utility tokens haven't had a chance to utilize their use cases, but they're about to come in soon. So when that happens, and these projects like XDC, XRP, XLM, and all them other ones, their use case actually gets utilized, their adoption will grow with institutions. Because a lot of these projects here, these real-world projects, they're for institutions mainly. XRP especially, Stellar as well, XDC are pretty much the same. Pretty much all of them, their initial goal and creation was for institutions. Kaspa's meant for everyone, institutions and for retail as well, for peer-to-peer electronic currency medium of exchange. That's what Kaspa's so great as well for us. But XRP and these other tokens meant for institutions. And now the institutions are finally incorporating blockchain. That's when we're going to start seeing the volatility and adoption and price rise coming for these projects in this cycle. That's why I think this cycle is going to be. This cycle is definitely going to be led by institutions, but ultimately at the same time, it's going to be. It's going to be led by institutions definitely, but ultimately at the same time, it's going to be led by these real world utility tokens. And then you have the outliers, in my opinion, the ones that are now gaining traction, like of Kaspa, that are going to do insane things as well, because they also offer institutions, and they're also doing the same things. They're going to be very, very big in the energy sector. There's no doubt about that. Very, very big energy sector. And also KRI confirmed that they're going to help Kaspa, basically get into multiple markets. There are 5 big markets. I'm trying to find my notes quickly. There are 5 key markets. The 5 biggest enterprise applications in blockchain space, right? It is supply chain, public sector, cross-border payments, which is what XRP and stuff is about, cross-border payments, settlement of contracts in the financial institutions, and energy. Kaspa is going to be in energy, one of the biggest ones in energy by far. And the energy sector, again, as mentioned in the roundtable with the KII, the emissions market of the energy sector, the emissions market by 2030 is predicted to be valued at $2 trillion by 2030. That is very, very big. And the important part is all the underlying assets of that market will be extremely valuable. So if it achieves that, and Kaspa's a part of the market, which will be 6 years, 5-6 years from now, Kaspa will definitely gain a lot of adoption and significant value as well from that. Because they'll be a key integral part of the energy sector. Mohammed, my friend, welcome. I'm good, and always, how are you doing on this fine day? Again, going through a download of questions. I love you guys so much. How to check if the miner is still mining under Rust. Okay, well, I believe it's just this you're referring to. The website for this is kaspalytics.com. I'm going to list this in the chat just for your convenience, and I'm also going to save this as well, so I can just again shamelessly plug my free Discord server, so you can learn a lot more and interact with me a lot easier as well. But this here is showcasing the mining share from Go to Rust, so what they are mining right now. This fluctuates constantly, but right now you can see majority of miners are mining with Rust nodes, 96.47%. Right now it's 3.53 for Go node. But when the Rust hard fork, 10 BPS hard fork happens, we've had the soft fork already. When the soft fork is backwards compatible, so they can still stay on Rust. When the hard fork happens, which is going to be happening Q1 2025, there will be no more Go nodes, and it'll be all Rust. And you also see as well, if you go on to Kas, so Kas.fi, which again I'll link this for you, and then get up my Discord server again. If you go here and you go to the homepage, the dashboard, you can see the live blocks here. So all the blocks that are being mined right now, and just look at Rust. I remember looking at this, a few months back and seeing, the one yellow Rust and get so excited. And now you see it constantly with the occasional Go. So it's very, very good. We can see the reduction happening in 14 days, 2 weeks. So conveniently, when the rate cut will probably happen as well, 85.3% mined, and the next reward is currently $87. Right now, if you look at the emission schedule, the price of rewards is 92. That's going to decrease more and more as time goes on, and eventually it will reach 0. And then miners will then use Krc-20. Redeem24 just purchased an extra 600k Kaspa. I have a total of 8 million Kaspa now. I truly hope it will reach at least 60 cents this cycle, so I'll be good for the next years until the bull run. I think you're good regardless. I think you're good with luck regardless. I think, honestly, you're more than good. You're better than majority of people in this space. There's no doubt about that. I mean, 8 million Kaspa already puts you in in big shark territory, almost a whale, which is insane. So that is very, very big. And again, Kaspa, if you're holding it long term, which is what me personally I'm doing, I'm holding Kaspa for years and years to come, 10 plus years, if not more than that, my whole life even. That like Kaspa's a project that, again, just purely going off power law alone, will continue to increase. So therefore, in that regards, you've got 8 million Kaspa. At the peak of this bull cycle, you could end up, if it reaches $5, let's just say, as a peak, conservative prediction or average prediction $5, you're seeing at 40 mil. So yeah. I think you're sitting very comfortably, my friend. So, massive prop to you. And that's also just a proof of how early we are in the space right now. Kaspa at 15.87 cents. Like, it's so undervalued right now, and it has the potential to reach as high as 5, if not even higher. Which is why I'm so bullish on this. It cannot only compete with Ethereum. Technology Ethereum will be far behind. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Kaspa already is, again, it's top 22 with no tier 1, and a lot of it is still in development. A lot of these projects are either complete or near completion. They're not doing much more. But, or at least if they are, they haven't got as much incoming as Kaspa does. Kaspa's still very, very early in its development, but a lot of the developments are finally starting to come out. And when that happens, we're going to see an explosion. With adoption, it'll be able to flip the likes of Cardano, Tron, Solana, and when smart contracts come out, it will be able to obliterate Ethereum. Ethereum technology is not good. Again, going back to what the KII, Rory O'Neill, stated in that roundtable, he told a major financial institution, he was talking to one of them, he obviously didn't disclose it, he can't disclose the name, but he spoke to a major FI that manages between $20 to $40 trillion of customer assets annually, $20 to $40 trillion, and this industry currently does 95% of settlements on the Ethereum chain. He told them, if you were to switch to Kaspa, just on the gas, so just gas fees, not to mention what they'd save on actual transaction costs and whatnot, but on gas fees alone, they would save tens of millions of dollars a year. Institutions, when they realize how much superior Kaspa is, when the smart contracts come out and they can compete with Ethereum properly, Ethereum will become I believe it'll become an obsolete chain. I think most blockchains and most platforms will become obsolete to Kaspa when it's fully developed. They won't be able to compete with Kaspa from its decentralized nature, which no other protocol in this space has besides Bitcoin, effectively. But Kaspa is also scalable. It has very, very cheap costs. How far back will I have to go to find this? I wonder, because I saw it from I think it was this account, Crypto Protostar. I think retweeted it about how much it cost. Someone did a transaction of millions of Kaspa and it cost effectively next to nothing. It'll be dirt cheap, almost instantaneous transactions, very, very quick, and it's also very, very secure. And the rising hash rate is indicative of how hard it is to mine, how secure Kaspa is. Not to mention as well that right now, Kaspa is already the second hardest project to break into, right after Bitcoin, of course. It was Litecoin above that, and Kaspa's already surpassed Litecoin, and it's still got a lot to come. I'll keep scrolling for a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to be able to find this, but I know I mentioned it. It probably would have been a week back now. I wonder. But it was mind-boggling to me how he transferred this guy, this a wallet to a wallet, transferred millions and millions of Kaspa, and it cost not even a fraction of it. It cost a fraction. You can see here, taking over Litecoin, a 51% attack cost factor, making it the most secure project after Bitcoin, which is insane. Very, very big, and the hash rate is still rising more and more. Will I be able to find it? Will I be able to find it? Give it another 2 seconds. If I can't, then I'm going to stop boring you scrolling through my own retweets. I don't think I can find it. Anyway, but yeah, again, it was just to show you, gives you confirmation and proof of how great Kaspa is already as a project that's still growing. That's all it was. It is honestly insane, and with 10 PPS coming, it will make Kaspa that much more untouchable. I don't think it'll make Kaspa untouchable, but it'll make it that much more untouchable. When you get something like 100 BPS and everything else built, then Kaspa will become untouchable. I mean, there's not much to compete. The only reason why Kaspa will, I guess, still be within reach of the project with 10 BPS is because Kaspa's yet to have the adoption yet. And a lot of institutions have already made their bed with other projects. A lot of institutions like, Bank of America, Bank of Canada, Russian Bank, all the other big government institutions have already seemingly made their bed with XRP. So 10 BPS, as amazing as it is, it may not turn their heads. At least not yet. So the KRI will definitely do a big thing to help turn that head, but they may not do anything just yet. But then when you get 100 BPS, it may happen in the future. These institutions, I think, will jump ship. I'd like to believe so because, again, the KRI mentioned in the roundtable that they're already discussing on projects that they can create with Kaspa that will allow them to rival what Ripple and XRP are doing and HBAR Hedera are doing in the financial sector. It would rival it. Obviously, they can't disclose what projects they are and who they're doing it with because they're NDAs, but I mean, I don't see a reason for them to lie about it. And it's very, very bullish news. So Krc-20 should be coming late August. So in the next Krc-20, from the looks of things, seeming on this announcement, should be coming out in the next, I'd like to say 2 weeks. Again, it's just a prediction. We have no confirmation yet. They're still testing it. They're waiting for the relaunch of the RBF and fee estimation APIs. Spoiler alert, at least from my knowledge, Michael Sun's already confirmed that these RBF and fee estimation APIs have already been done. They're just waiting for the release. They've already been like the technologies it's been completed, but just waiting for them to be released and integrated into the wallets. So there's not a lot left to do. It really isn't a lot left to do. It'll be maybe 2, maybe max 3 weeks, I think, and then we'll see Krc-20 come out. And should it be successful, which again, the fact that it was unsuccessful in its first launch and it already surpassed Ethereum in terms of daily volume. It had Ethereum had 1 million daily volume, and Kaspa surpassed that. It's insane. So with a successful launch, it could do even more amazing things. Bought 335 Kaspa, mate, perfect. Every time you come into my stream, you tell me you're buying more and more every single day. You're DCAing into it, and I think you are going to sit very comfortably, my friend. So well done to you, Andy. Well done to you. Thanks for the answer. I hope so. Statistically and historically speaking, we are absolutely in time. The bull market should therefore start upcoming 10th of Jan. It could start earlier. Typically speaking, the bull market starts end of August going into November. And again, keep in mind, this election is going to be a very, very important factor into what's going to happen in this bull cycle, depending on who gets elected. So we could see it come December, Jan. We could see it happen a little bit earlier. We have to wait and see. But again, it depends on how you clarify bull cycle. Because for me, technically speaking, the bull cycle's already started. Again, have I retweeted this? I need to preload some of this stuff, I swear. But I think I retweeted this already about the bear trap. Did I? No, I didn't. Anyways, point being is, right now, I think it's pretty indicative, pretty evident that we are in a bear trap. So we've seen a run up to a bull cycle, a fake bull run to a correction, which is what's happening right now. The market's stagnant, everyone's worrying and flooding it, and then we'll see a reversal and a bull market. So depending on the way you clarify bull market, whether you mean, from the halving, which technically speaking, that is when the bull run kind of starts. That's when the catalyst starts. We didn't see a pump immediately. It didn't happen until like November. Again, if you look at Bitcoin, we didn't see a pump with it was still hovering around here. The halving happened in May around here, and we saw pretty much nothing happen until November, and then we started seeing the volatility and the price rise to where it made a new all-time high. Again, in the run up to a bull run, the fake bull cycle, we got a new all-time high. That's nuts. People are looking such, because again, it's done nothing. Bitcoin has stayed around here for the past 5 months. People are so, again, not trying to, and people are just so worried. They're looking at it as like, oh yeah, in the past, month, it's done terrible. I'm like, in the past 6-7 months, it's done nothing. But then you got to look at it. It's hovering around 60k right now. It may dip lower. We have to wait and see. But it's hovering around 60k. Its all-time high last cycle was 69k. 69k in the last cycle was its all-time high. It's hovering on 60k right now in a bear trap run up to the bull cycle. That's again why I'm so bullish in this space, because there's a lot incoming still. And Kaspa is just again along for the ride. And eventually it's going to do its own insane bullish catalyst, and it's going to detach from the rest of the market. Maybe not this cycle, but in the next cycle, I'm sure. There's a lot incoming for Kaspa, and the KRI, again, bigger than I think people give it credit for. It's going to do a lot of things to help Kaspa, transform. Transforming industries with Kaspa's groundbreaking blockchain technology, enhancing across finance, supply chains, energy, and public sector. The 5 biggest sectors, they're making Kaspa a crucial part of that. KRI is going to be huge for Kaspa. And it'll take some years to actually develop out, but it will be very, very big. Honestly, Krc-20 won't be enough for the miners if the price doesn't go up. Yeah, true. The price does need to rise for miners to make profit, definitely. And the Krc-20 initial launch won't be enough for miners, definitely. But you've got to think about it this way. When Krc-20 and the Kaspa platform grows to a really mature stage where it's got a lot of adoption, that is, and it's going to need that as well, especially when the Kaspa blocks are all mined. That's when the miners can be profitable from mining Krc-20 tokens. But ultimately right now, the miners are not making enough money at all from mining Kaspa. The initial launch and the volatility that the Kaspa platform might get on its initial launch, if it's successful, should potentially give the miners an alternative way to make money that may help stabilize them from the current price predicament. But ultimately, again, we are going to see a price rise. It's hard to predict right now. It's hard to properly judge because there's so much going on right now. And again, you could argue it's quite confusing why Kaspa is in this position right now where it's, at 15.8 cents, done nothing for 9 months. But ultimately, at the same time, if you know what's coming for Kaspa, a lot of bullish announcements coming for Kaspa, when the liquidity is back into the market, institutions are already getting involved. When the liquidity is back in the market, come October, November, the rate cuts have come through, and the liquidity is back in the market, we will see the addresses jump from 410,000 most likely up to like 500 quite quickly, and then we'll see it go further from there. Also, the reason why I think Kaspa's not been pumping is the tier ones. It's the tier ones because again, all these other projects that have done well in the space, all within the top 100, they have tier 1 listings. All of them have one or two. All of them have a tier 1 listing of some kind. Majority of, I think, all of them in their top 100. Kaspa does not have one yet. So when these projects are going up and down and whatnot, based on what's happening in the market, whatever, Kaspa doesn't have any growing adoption yet because they haven't got the big exchanges yet. People who are in the Kaspa community are still a very, very small niche of people because we all have to use the likes of LBank, Nexi, Bybit, Bitgate. Like we have to use the less well. I mean, there's still big exchanges, of course. I'm not discrediting them. Like Nexi, for example, that's got almost 2 billion trading volume right now with over 1 million weekly visits. It's not a bit small exchange by any means. Same thing with Bybit, 4 billion with 500 million. They're not small exchanges at all. They're very big exchanges, but they don't compete with the level of what Binance or Coinbase is in terms of reliability and trust. Like in terms of what they are. Even Kraken is a tier 1, and that will be very, very big to give other more access to Kaspa. So that's another reason why the Kaspa been pumping right now, because there's not enough adoption in the project still. We've seen a growing adoption, but it's not enough yet to see it rise and fall with the markets as consistently the other projects do. But it's going to come soon, and that will cause colossal price rises, I'm very, very sure. $7, please tell me it's not clickbait. I don't think it is. I mean, it's like I said, I think it's a bold prediction. $7-10 Kaspa is a bold prediction, but I'm not saying it's unachievable because again, you've got the wildcard factor of institutions that are getting more and more involved. More people are getting involved into crypto. We're seeing a drastic increase in adoption all over the place. Crypto is becoming a bipartisan issue. There's a lot of development happening with crypto that I think this is going to be a wild card factor that can truly affect the standing of where Kaspa is and Bitcoin and everything else to go forward. Again, look at this. Gold hits a record of $2,530. That is a very, very big deal. Especially because JP Morgan, again, I mentioned this in my previous stream, JP Morgan has stated that this incoming cycle, the next 6 to 18 months, they state it's going to be a commodity bull super cycle. And considering that this new monetary system that's going to be, utilizing blockchain and crypto is meant to be backed by gold. So the rise of gold will see the rise of the monetary system, the rise of blockchain technology, and gold and crypto. The increase of gold will also be seen as investors getting into alternative assets opposed to fiat. So it's very good to see gold going higher and higher, and it could trickle and bleed into the crypto market, which would be good as well. Again, look at this. Breaking news. Google has announced advertisers offering crypto trading services in Switzerland will be able to publish Bitcoin ads. We've seen the growth in adoption, and this growth in adoption could truly be, like, no one can fathom how big it's going to be. We have, industries saying 250k, 350k Bitcoin. No one knows where it's going to be. They might be lying. It might only be 100k. I doubt it. I hope not. Either way, it's going to be we're going to have a bigger bull cycle than the last one. That's just what happens every 4 years. But we have no idea how big it's going to be. And it fills me with a lot of optimism because, again, The difference is, in the last time it was just retail. Now we have institutions. We have trillions and trillions of dollars flooding into the market, and more people are getting to know crypto as well. So we're going to see a huge flood of trillions of institutional investors who are now getting into crypto for the first time, and then more retail investors who are going to start buying up crypto for the first time as well. And like I said, a lot of people in this space today, and in my server as well, they're new to crypto. They only got in recently. And again, I think you guys are very, very fortunate to be in these streams, in my Discord server, my free Discord server, and just in this space as early as you are, to what is going to, in my opinion, be the biggest bull run in our lifetime. Again, look at this. Nvidia just released 3 online courses for AI, which is, again, very, very huge, because in AI and crypto also go hand in hand at this market. Right now, we've seen the adoption of growth of Bitcoin and blockchain also coincides with the growth of AI as well. That's also why I'm doing my research now. I'm starting to do my research now in regards to AI projects, because AI projects in the crypto space will also, I imagine, do very, very big things. So I'm trying to find the best ones to do that as well, because I think that would gain significant share as well. And I'll go through this paper again. I'll go through this paper here, just a quick summary. I mean, you've got tweets from Michael Saylor, who's kind of making a light-hearted joke about, a big Bitcoin buy-in coming, which I think, again, is indicative because of what's happening in the market right now. And I showed, other stuff as well. I will go through this paper as a final close to this stream, but I'll quickly try and get some questions firstly. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask me. But again, I'm approaching the hour mark, so I will be closing up very, very shortly. Bingo Banger, you ask, when do real-world assets might start to take off? I really think it might be worth dumping my XCC for Casper in this movement versus trying to roll into Casper later with it. I mean, again, I ultimately think that Casper is just the most... I think it's the strongest project in this space without a doubt. I do hold some XRP, I do hold some XLM, I hold some other real-world utility tokens, but my bag in Casper is by far and away my largest. But the assets I'm holding in real-world utility is just to hedge my bets in case they do take off, which I'm optimistic they will. Now, when it takes off, I don't know. A lot of these, they require on when the institutions are going to start incorporating and using them. When the institutions start actually utilizing their tokens and the adoption grows, then we'll see the price accumulate with it. But again, to go over this, we've seen the fair market value of crypto being revealed at the end of this year, so a lot is going to happen in this cycle, in the run-up to what will be 2025, the biggest bull market ever. Hello, Charles Morales. Welcome. 10 BPS, even 100 BPS doesn't even... Casper is untouchable. It's just that other networks have achieved these speeds, are not decentralized. Yeah, again, it's just purely the longevity of the projects. The other projects have lived for longer. They have the adoption. They've in a sense proved themselves for what they're trying to do. But Casper is very, very early, and it has proved itself already. It's going to continue to prove itself, but it hasn't got the adoption yet. But when it does, these 10 BPS and 100 BPS, it doesn't actually even need that. 1 BPS in itself is already 600 times faster than Bitcoin. It's already one of the fastest in this space with 1 BPS. It's already revolutionary in what it is. So that's already in itself insane, having just 1 BPS. So when these institutions find out what Casper's truly about, when it gains the adoption, then they realize it's 10 BPS or even 100. It's just that cherry on top for them. Even more incentive to want to use Casper as it's decentralized, it's even faster and more secure. The bull run, the real bull run, is where everything is parabolic, not the bull market. So yeah, again, in that case, then in regards to the real bull run, in regards to what Goku's referring to, then it'll be 9 months after the halving. So the halving happened in May, so that'll be early 2025 then. Where do you think Bitcoin's price would be today if Bitcoin ETFs weren't approved? It wouldn't be a new all-time high. If Bitcoin ETFs weren't approved, because I mean, Bitcoin ETFs were approved firstly at the beginning of this year. I'm pretty sure November, if I'm not mistaken. Was it that? No, because the half. Yeah, it was that. Why I keep tweaking about this? The halving happened in May 2024, round here. Did it? No, wait. I literally read this earlier. I'm losing my marbles. Here. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize about that. It's been a long day. The Bitcoin halving happened May 2024. And ETFs got approved just before the halving as well. So if you look at the market right now, so Bitcoin was sitting around, about 26k, And then you got the news of ETFs about to be approved in September to November. That's when the run-up started happening. The ETFs came out officially. I believe BlackRock got their first ETF at the beginning of this year, so like November time, so it was around 40k. And the initial pump from the ETF sent Bitcoin up to its all-time high. And then they just started consolidating, correcting a little bit. The halving happened, and we saw nothing from it. But again, and it's just been kind of consolidating for the meantime in that regard. But without the ETFs, I think we probably would have seen this pump. This pump happen from the FOMO of ETFs. I think we'll probably see Bitcoin would have been around here. I think Bitcoin would have probably been around here. Maybe it wouldn't have got a new all-time high. I think we've probably seen Bitcoin around 50k at the current moment in time, which is it's not far from where it's at right now, but we wouldn't have got a new all-time high, I don't think. But again, that's if, buts, and maybe. Ultimately, right now, it does not truly matter, because what matters is the fact that Bitcoin has got ETFs, crypto has got institutional adoption, and it is taken off in the run-up to what's going to be a big bull cycle. So, is Kaspa, in your opinion, fundamentally and technically speaking, the best crypto in the world? Yeah, pretty much. For what Kaspa's building, everything Kaspa's doing right now, they're still building. But if they can stay true to what they're building and actually achieve that, which they're seemingly doing, they've done it time and time and time again, Kaspa is the best project in the space. Like it's the only proof of work that has solved the trilemma. That in itself is just a thing that we say it so much, people just gloss it over, but it is truly a testament, and that's again what the KRI stated. The fact that Kaspa don't know what to solve the trilemma is the reason they went with them. That's a very, very big thing. But we say it so often that people just gloss it over. If regulators come in, will the exchange like BitTrue be open to US use? Potentially, yeah. I mean, regulations will open up the avenue, the whole crypto sector to everywhere, pretty much. As long as they're regulatory compliant, then that's all that matters. In my opinion, the election won't change anything long term. No, long term, you're right. And the election won't change anything long term, because crypto, as we can see, has got so much adoption with it that no matter who gets elected, if crypto's got to take off. But at the same time, it may affect where crypto's going to go from. Like if at this current standing, from the looks of things, if Trump and RFK Jr. get elected like together and part of Cabin in November, we could see potentially a spike happen, a potential like another maybe fake bull push, bull run. When that happens, if Kamala Harris gets elected, with what's happening right now, all the people who in crypto seem to be catching on that she's again just full of it. We might see a correction, in the month of November, or the first half of the month of November. Long term it won't matter, but for the initial standing, it will, and it also will just mean that once again the Democratic Party will just again try to stifle the innovation for crypto. They'll make it so hard to get regulation enforced. They'll be doing it the whole time anyway. They'll do it again. They'll give in at some point, but it's just gonna be a ball ache. Price always rises and falls below the mean. True. Krc-20 will bring a lot of liquidity. Again, very, very true. This is my first bull run. Has there been bull run supercycle before? I mean, in regard to what I'm referring to about JP Morgan, saying it's a commodity bull supercycle, no. I mean, all bull cycles have been high. I mean, just check if you look at the all-time chart. I mean, actually, I just go to it on CoinMarketCap so it's easier to see. But you look at Bitcoin and you look at Bitcoin all time, you can see there's always been it's always been a bull market. So it's always come up again and again. So every market's been bigger. But ultimately, the term of super cycles is here now because it's for the first time ever we're going to have regulations and institutional adoptions, which are very, very big. First time ever. That's why this bull cycle of all cycles is going to probably be the biggest one in this space. And there's a lot of crypto assets in this space that can make you a lot of money. Kaspa is one of the best ones, of course, but you've got other ones as well. Other, small hidden gems that I'm looking into right now. Gaming sector ones. One of the ones that I got informed out recently was this one called Mines of Dar even. This one, for the project, if you look at it all time, it looks terrible. It looks very, very worrying. But the reason why I'm bullish on it is because it's got some big exchanges, and look at the volume. That is bigger than that is a big amount of volume. $180 million of volume is insane. So it's just off a micro cap, and it's down massively, but it launched again in the peak of the bull cycle. but it's got the volume there. So I believe that when the market turns, it will have the adoption, the volume, so we could see a price rise of it. So I'm looking into it. I'm not saying to invest into it, full disclosure, I'm not saying to invest in it, I'm looking into it right now. And it's a project I think has potential, just based on those factors alone. And when I do more research into it, I'll figure out, if and when I want to get into it. And there are other projects as well, but that's why Kaspa's a great one, of course, but there are other projects to make money in the space as well. And I'm very, very optimistic and bullish on this market for what's happening very soon. What the odds Kaspa holders will change their lives after bull run? A lot, very high. Very, very high. I think most Kaspa holders, whether you be a big holder or not, even if you're just, like I said, even an octopus, it could be an octopus. So even if you only have 1k Kaspa, 1k to what could potentially be 5k, that's still life-changing money. It may not sound a lot going from 1 to 5k, but that can be life-changing to some people. Of course, if you're like a fish, 10k to 50k, I'm just using $5 the price of Kaspa, obviously. Dolphin, 100k to 500k. A shark, 1 mil to 5 mil. Like, it's... People will generate life-changing wealth in this market from Kaspa because, again, new crypto projects that enter their first bull cycle, provided they can survive, because, again, most of these projects didn't survive the worst bear market in history. Some of these projects really struggled in this bear market. It was the worst one in history, but Kaspa didn't, and other projects also who struggled, but seemingly have the potential to come back. Most new projects that come in a new bull cycle have the most bullish, like the best cycle in their first cycle. Again, why I'm so optimistic on Kaspa in this cycle as well. I understand this is a loaded question, but do you think Alexander Belinsky had some connections of sort to the creation of Bitcoin? I'm going to dodge the question and answer it differently, Beebs. I think Alexander Belinsky is an expert in this space, and the fact that Nick Szabo, the creator of smart contract, stated in a live stream, which I'm going to show now quickly. Nick Szabo stated in a live stream that that Aviv Zohar and Jonathan Belinsky, those two are experts in Bitcoin security, which is in rare supply. I'm sure, yeah, here it is. Experts of the security of Bitcoin, which is a skill and knowledge set in scarce supply. So the fact that you've got the creator of smart contract stating that about Tom Belinsky and Aviv Zohar, his mentor, I think is why I think Jonathan Belinsky is an expert in this space, has definitely got a very one-screwed head about him, and is why Capital again is going to do such great things. The creator of Bitcoin, not going to say that, because that is a loaded question, and I'm not going to bring hate towards me and any Bitcoin maxi that may be watching, but I think Tom Belinsky has the potential to stick true to Satoshi's original vision and potentially even achieve what he wanted for Bitcoin, which is to be a peer-to-peer electronic currency, medium of exchange, and also a store of value. No other competitor is heavy as Kaspa's weight. Damn straight. Absolutely true. KRC-20 will push Kaspa to $5 plus. How many layer 1 projects? Block DAG with project underneath it are $5. Didn't know ADA hit $4. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Cardano last cycle hit $4. That's Ethereum, apologies. Cardano hit $4 in the last cycle. And that was with no smart contracts, and that is also Cardano. It's not... My opinion of it is I don't like it. I will never invest into it. But Kaspa is better than Cardano. So in that regard, Kaspa should, in that what's going to be a much bigger answer, a much bigger bull run even, in my opinion, I think, well, if Cardano hit $4 in a bull cycle, in comparison to Kaspa, which is better than it in a bigger bull cycle, it should go higher than 4 easily and flip Cardano in the cycle. I would be very confident in saying that. If it doesn't, so be it. It won't bother me either way. I'm holding Kaspa long term. I know Kaspa can do great things in the future, but I think it's a good potential that Kaspa flips Cardano in the future. Dolphin status, please but be rich. I think you will. I think you're safe, my friend. I do think you made 100k Kaspa minimum. I think as long as you're in this space, in the stream right now, and you have the ability to can build your knowledge, and again, there's no better place to build your knowledge than in these streams or in my Discord server. Then I think you're in a very good position to build your wealth through crypto, through Kaspa, and have your life change for the better. And then it's just hopefully up from there. That's the best way to see it. And if you enjoy these streams, again, I do them daily, and I've been enjoying them a lot. You guys have made it very enjoyable for me, and you've made it a dream of mine to be able to talk about crypto, because it's obviously us early investors. I mean, I was in the last cycle. A lot of people didn't care about crypto. The bear cycle, well, people hated crypto. So it was very, very tough, but you guys have made it great for me. So again, if you enjoyed the streams, feel free to either like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. I'll be doing these every single day. The only time that I won't be doing it at the same time, at this current standing, is on Saturday. I'll be doing it much earlier, but I'll put a broadcast out on my Discord server so you can find out what time it's going to be at. And if you can't watch it, so I mean, unfortunate, but at the same time, always rewatch the stream, because all these streams are very educational, I'd like to hope. Comparing Kas to ADA is ridiculous. They have totally different tokenomics and emission schedules. I mean, yeah, but it's just a case of, it's just comparing in terms of market cap. I don't think it's comparing in terms of actual projects, just market cap. Ultimately, there's little to no project in this space that can compete with Kaspa and what they're doing. And the fact that we got, Kaspa now down at 15.8, down 1.5%, very undervalued, and the fact that we've got the likes of Krc-20 and the 10 PPS confirmed, Krc-20 going to be coming out hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, very, very big, and will let Kaspa, it might be what we need to see Kaspa reignite its bullish momentum again. September's going to be a very interesting month. We've got a lot incoming again. And to simply just finish up the stream, 3 reasons why Bitcoin won't be buoyant in September, so next month, is 1, the Bitcoin miner selling pressure has flatlined, so miners are not selling anymore. Like, it's flatlined, so it's kind of like, and also we need Bitcoin to reverse for the miners to start making significant money again. So the selling pressure is flatlined, and we need the price to rise. So we might see a reversal very, very soon. Stablecoin supply ratio leans bullish, which is, again, very big news. Stablecoins, as I mentioned throughout this stream and in previous streams, are very, very big for this space. And Kaspa's going to release their own one as well, which is very, very big. And then, of course, is that the headline? It might have been that headline. Is that Bitcoin long-term holder realization cap hits 3 billion. I mean, ultimately, yeah, it's just a lot incoming. I'll link this in the I'm going to link this in my Discord server, so if anyone wants to go through it. So it's part of the Discord server. Again, you'll get to see, you get to see this paper for yourself, and also I will go through the article in more detail and give a TLDR for this article covers, which is, I know people don't like reading. I get that. That's why research is very hard to do, but I will do your due diligence and make a TLDR based on what's stated. But effectively, yes, September, much of their rate cuts, could be a very good time for the reversal of the market, potentially for Bitcoin and for crypto. And we could see this be the time where Kaspa might see a correction, come down as far as maybe 14, and they see a reversal. So very, very good, ultimately. But ultimately, yeah, I'm right now, I'm just biding my time and waiting. I've got some price targets and buy orders currently, and I'm waiting for that to hit. As I think Kaspa could go a little bit lower right now, which I'm not worried about at all. Very, very bullish on this project, and hopefully September's going to be a very big month. Again, Krc-20 coming out at the same time that crypto might be reversing, thanks to this article proof here. Very, very bullish month. So I'm looking forward to September. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Fed rate cuts and the money printing and everything else. But yeah, that will be it for the stream today. Just thank another 1K Kaspa, my man. Big up. But that's going to be it for the stream today. Again, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the streams, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. If you want to learn more, join the free Discord server. I've linked it in the chat numerous times on screen right now. I'll link it once more. Okay, that's CoinGlass. Ultimately, though, it's still on my homepage, on my YouTube homepage, so you can just join through that as well. And at the same time, I stream same time every single day. So it'll be 4 p.m. GBT, 12 p.m. midday EST, 9 a.m. PT, and it will be 11:30 p.m. in areas of Australia. But again, yeah, so join the stream. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow.